Hello, Chain Gang, and welcome back to Before Chains Travel. Today, we are going to be talking about when you should use cash to make travel plans versus when you should use points.
Yes, we've got a pretty exciting time coming up. We have trips planned and booked to Mexico, United Kingdom, Europe, and we are about to reserve a Vegas vacation for the World Series of Poker. And today, because our daughter is joining us in the UK and in Italy, we're going to be booking some rail traffic, some railroad tickets, sorry. And so, some of that we paid cash, some of it we paid used points. So we have to make those kinds of decisions.
So let's make these first two questions a little bit more open-ended. So tell us a specific time when it was better for us. Jim does most of the booking for our trips. So tell us a specific time when it was better for us to use cash when we made travel plans versus when we used our points.
Yeah, so in those upcoming travels that we just referenced, we have situations where we did both. Let me explain to you a time when we used cash. We wanted to book a repositioning cruise because from Europe to the United States, because Angie hates jet lag.
It's the worst. It rocks me, and it always really impacts the enjoyment of my trip. So I avoid jet lag whenever possible.
And we realized that we had a chance to take the Celebrity Ascent, the #1 ranked cruise ship that's out there, and get it really, really cheap for 14 days and gradually work our way in. So I looked and we got it, and we got an upgraded room with an ocean view, panoramic view, and we had the option of getting it for free by using 223,000 Amex points. Well, I realized later on those Amex points could be put to better use, and they don't have an unlimited amount, so we wound up paying cash. Okay, emergency interruption because we got a great question that's just a little bit different from the situation where we paid cash. So I'm going to dictate it to you. The person once saw our video and saw that the cheapest flights over to that side of the pond are from JFK to London Heathrow. So they looked it up, and I thank everybody who takes advice from our channel, but they looked it up. It's $2,200. They do not have any, it is on Alaska Airlines. They don't have any Alaska Airlines miles. So they're saying, hey, is this a situation where I should pay the $2,200? I would say only if you need that $2,200 to meet a sign-up bonus. There are two options that I would do in this situation. Number one, although Alaska does not technically have transfer partners, now that Alaska and Hawaii have merged, you can take Amex membership rewards points, transfer them to Hawaii, and then book the flight through that. It is 45,000 points on or miles of Alaska Airlines if you're going to book that. So that's one option. But here's another option if you don't have American Express membership rewards miles. What you can do is there is a sale on Alaska Airlines right now for miles, and I looked it up. 45,000 miles is $825. So here's a situation where it saves you 1,375 miles to use the points and check it. That is not usually the case or always the case. All I'm saying is this is a great point where it's worth it taking a few minutes. This only took me less than 5 minutes to research all of the options on this, and that's worth doing because you can save a serious amount of money. Later on, that really panned out because we were planning on being in Albania and Montenegro in June, and then we realized there are so many family things going on that we wanted to come back.
Yeah, we were planning to go to those two places so that we could get out of the Schengen zone. And,
yes, good point.
And then it turned out we really needed to be home for a short period of time around that time anyway, because we were just missing family events. Our daughter's birthday's in May. His father is turning 80. My grandmother's turning 100.
Yeah.
Nephew's graduating from high school. Eagle Scout project. Like, it was
everything.
Just a lot of family events in a short period of time. So we decided, instead of going to Albania and Montenegro, that we needed to come back here at least for a few weeks.
But it wasn't in our budget. Right. So we reached out to you guys, and thank you so much, because these communities are really, really helpful. And one of you pointed out, hey, Virgin is selling half off if you use points, a lot of flights right now. Well, we didn't have any Virgin points, but somebody suggested there's a bonus if you transfer Amex points. So we found a 24,000 point trip from Bologna, Italy to Paris to Dulles Airport. That's a very difficult trip to find. We found that trip, and it was half off on a couple of them for only 12,000 points. And then we were able to transfer Amex points. It cost us less than 9,000 points each. So as you can see there, you're getting a much better deal. So now, when we redo our trip and we have to get to the point where we were supposed to be in Spain, going the other direction from the United States to Europe, we really want to fly business class. Now that is going, because you're losing the time, et cetera, that's going to be more points. So we were looking up, or cash, we looked up both options. The flights, the only nonstop flights from the Washington, D.C. area to Madrid, there's 2 a week. One is on Tuesday and one is on Saturday, over 4,000 points each. Well, we went through the Amex Travel. They have point.me for free if you are using Amex Platinum, and we asked for suggestions. They gave us a way to transfer to Iberian Airlines. And so for 50,000 points each, we are flying nonstop business class to Madrid, whereas that would have cost us over 4,000 points. A question people ask all the time is, well, what about the travel portal? Well, if we used it in the travel portal, that would have been 420,000 points.
I mean, you said 4,000 points. Did you mean $4,000 for this?
Yeah, it would have been over $4,000 to pay cash. It would have been over 420,000 to use Amex points directly. But transferring Amex points to Iberian wound up costing only 50,000 points each. So that's a situation where, if you look into it, you've got a really good deal there. So
it seems like you're usually transferring Amex points somewhere else before you use them.
Yeah.
And we had a question about that. I see that when you
reading ahead
when
here.
you go to purchase something in Amex portal, it gives you the option of having all or part of the bill paid for by points. So is that ever a good option?
Well, so I've listed a couple of situations where it's not a good option. I actually, in general, I would say no. We love Amex Platinum. We love all of our Amex points, but almost always you can transfer your points and get a better deal. But even if you can't, you have to be aware, if you don't have a limited amount of points, what are you willing to sacrifice? Now, I don't want to do any spoiler alerts for future videos, but we're building up to each take the ANA around the world journey, because only Amex membership rewards transfer to that. It can be as cheap as 105,000 points. What we have scoped out is about 130,000 points each. Now that allows us to fly from the United States to the next zone, which is either Europe or Africa, and then the next zone, which is either going to be Asia or, the area with Australia and New Zealand. That winds up being, if you want to do that, 170,000 points. But it's such a good deal. It includes business class flights around the world for transportations to your hotel. And the version we're going to do is going to be about 130,000 points. So do I want to spend those points on something to save myself cash when I could get a better cash option? So I've yet to find a point, but if you see something, if there's been an option for you to use your points directly to pay as cash, let me know. But you're really only getting 1 cent a point there, and that just doesn't seem right.
Right. So that brings up another question, sort of related. A lot of people in the community have said that you should never buy points for a specific airline program, like don't buy American Airline points or a hotel, like Hilton Rewards, or I'm not even sure what all of them are called because this is his lane. But Do you agree with that? Should we ever buy those?
You do have to be careful. Always look on the app when you're booking. Like full-time travelers use Hyatt and IHG a ton. Mm-hmm. Always look on the app. Look what the cash price is, and then look what the points price is. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple of things options where it is okay to buy points. Let's say you're trying to book a vacation and it is going to cost you 140,000 points and you only have 130,000 points. Mm-hmm. Then, just for ease, buying another 10,000 points isn't that bad.
Right.
Particularly if there's a sale. Now, with certain sales, it's definitely a good idea to buy points, period. There were currently, as we're taping this, IHG has a sale. It's different. It's a targeted offer, so you may not get 100% bonus. I did not get a 100% bonus offer, but Angie did. So there was a maximum of 200,000 points purchased. So how many did you purchase?
$2,000 worth?
Yeah, so she got the whole 200,000. We wound up getting 400,000 points. So for $2,000 to get 400,000 IHG points, that is a really good deal, particularly because when you're in Spain, there's a lot of IHG hotels. We book each city at 4 nights, and when you pay with points, that 4th night is free. She has the IHG Premier, Platinum credit card, or whatever it is. And so in that case, it's worth it. Hyatt just recently had a sale. If you're trying to keep your Hyatt Globalist status, it was only 25% bonus, but a lot of people felt that was a really good deal. So.
Okay, so the next question is from Jeff in Carmel, California, who was taught growing up that credit cards were dangerous and to always use a debit card instead, or cash. Nobody uses much cash anymore. As a result, I've never had to pay any credit card interest fees or had to pay an annual fee. So is this a good idea?
So I don't want to tell parents out there that warn their children about credit cards. I don't want to say that they're wrong, because they're right. We've known a lot of people
who don't have any financial literacy whatsoever.
And they are carrying a credit card debt that is not only burying them, but they don't even realize the math behind when it's burying them. On the How to Prepare for Retirement Travel, I told a story of my cousin who was making a similar mathematical mistake. But now, Jeff is a pseudonym. He's a follower, and we love him very much. And he makes a lot of, he has a high income. And for him, a debit card is a bad idea because he travels a lot. He's gone to some of those, he takes his now wife on the trips to where the White Lotus show is filmed. He spends so much money on travel. And he's never had to pay interest and he's never had debt, but he has enough money right now where paying off his credit card is never going to be an issue. And so he really shouldn't be sacrificing those millions of points. Jeff loves to travel, and I think we're gonna send him a link.
Trying to get Jeff to come around to our way of thinking about the points and miles.
Jeff said, if you read the comments, he said he wants to send us to send him a link, but he hasn't pulled the trigger yet. So we'll see.
It's just really about monetizing we all have bills to pay. So it's really about paying those bills in a way that can actually get you more money back. And using a debit card is not going to do that. But some programs, the ones that we talk about loving, really can earn you a lot of income.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a good points podcast that I listen to. Now, it's directed towards rich people, not us, and it's called Point Me to First Class.
I would say it's really geared toward business owners, small business owners. There are a lot of doctors
can put business expenses on it.
So obviously, if you have a lot of money that you have to spend anyway for a business, that can translate into tons of points and miles revenue.
Their theme is your expenses are your biggest untapped resource.
Right, and it's so true.
That's certainly
the gist of that entire podcast. Yeah, and that's what everything.
We don't have any relationship with them, but we do recommend it.
Yes.
Okay, we got time for another one. Let's go.
Okay. I use Rakuten. I noticed that, so do I.
Yeah.
I noticed, love Rakuten. I noticed there's an option to receive Amex membership rewards instead of cash back. They want to know if we use Rakuten, and if so, how do we get paid?
Yes, okay. Well, yes, Amex membership rewards, are worth they're worth more than the essentially 1 penny per point you would be getting if you got the cash back.
And I want to interrupt for a second and say,
sure.
like, that's one of the great things is that you get a lot of bang for your buck with Amex membership rewards. All of these different programs are valued at a different, how do I say it? They're valued
different
differently.
Multiples, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to know what gives you the most bang for your buck in terms of these points and miles.
To give you an idea, now, by the way, we are not travel agents. We are not any of those things, but we did send a link, and a viewer got 175,000 sign-up points for using our link to do the Amex Platinum. If you think about it, the annual fee is $695. Okay, that's true, but think about two 50,000 point first class trips on Iberian Airlines. That would have cost almost $8,200, and that only uses up 100,000 of the 175,000. Right. So Amex membership rewards are definitely better. But actually, this question should be for you. Why don't you tell them about that NordVPN? I just couldn't believe the situation because I was like, we don't. I was going to go with a different VPN. I'd tried Nord before and I liked it, but you did a deal on Nord, and we wound up actually getting paid for buying 27 months. How did that work? That was through Rakuten, right?
That was through Rakuten. It's just all of these things are layers of. I mean, when you can stack deals, it really can pay off. So I always go through Rakuten when I'm buying things, but I noticed this might have been around Black Friday that there was a deal for 97% or
97% off
back.
Plus
cash back on
plus Nord, 3 free months.
NordVPN, yes, plus the 3 months. So we were thinking, and we were shopping for VPNs anyway. We decided to go with it. We did that deal. And then instead of getting cash back, the way that we get our cash back is in American Express membership rewards points. Because with Rakuten, you can choose to either get cash, they'll send you a check, or maybe Venmo or PayPal, I can't remember the other ways, maybe right into your checking account, or you can get Amex membership rewards. And when you do the membership rewards, it's actually worth more. So why wouldn't everybody who has an Amex card do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I really couldn't believe it because
we got 9,000 American Express membership rewards as cash back from Rakuten. Plus, we have the VPN, and we're getting all that.
9,000 membership rewards points. You can say, oh, well, wait a minute, you could turn that in for a little bit of for $90 cash or whatever instead. We spent less than 9,000 to fly from Bologna, Italy to Charles de Gaulle in Paris and then to Dulles. So we got a little bit more than $90 effort on that.
So we got something we needed and we're going to buy regardless. We got it with a great cashback deal on Rakuten. We got those Amex points and it was enough for one of those flights for us. So I mean, that's
absolutely.
Also, I will put our link, Rakuten link, in the description, or whichever of us is doing that. We'll put it in the description. So we definitely recommend using Rakuten.
So in general, on a monetary basis, membership rewards, not just Amex membership rewards, but Chase Ultimate rewards are also more valuable than getting straight cash back. But if you don't have an unlimited amount of money like us, an unlimited amount of points like us, you have to decide whether that is the best way to use your points, and if not, pay cash. Harking back to the cruise, we did pay cash for that cruise, but we also got 5 times Amex rewards because it is a travel purchase with Amex Platinum. So it wasn't just paying cash instead of points. We got a bunch of points for that. It was a 5 times points purchase. So all of that math has to happen. I'll make this offer. If you have a travel situation where you don't know whether to purchase it with cash or purchase it with points, put it in the comments and I will do a free evaluation looking at all sides of it just to let you know, because we really want, at the Four Chains Travel, we really want you guys to have great travel experiences just like us.
I hope Jeff takes you up on that.
I hope Jeff takes you up on that.
Also, please like and subscribe if these videos help you or you found value in this at all. And we will do our Expedia link and our Rakuten link in the description. And that's another way.
And we'll do an Amex link. I think we've got one more of those to give. In terms of credit cards.
Yeah, but it would help us if you would use our link if you're planning on doing Rakuten anyway, or an Amex card, or booking a trip. Going through our Expedia link would definitely help us, and we would appreciate that. So thanks, and
we will see you next time on
the Four Chains Travel.